Hey, let's talk about some Pac-Man. So I love Pac-Man, and I've loved him for the longest time. Pac-Man is the first video game I've ever played, the arcade version of course, and it's the first video game series I ever got into, and it inspired me to buy all the consoles, the reason I bought the Game Boy, the GameCube, and I got this so I could play the games that weren't available on the computer, which is where I started. So when I heard that they're making a new Pac-Man Museum game, I was pretty intrigued what they're going to add to it. They of course added all the stuff like the classic Pac-Man, Super Pac-Man, Pac and Pal, all that stuff. But what I was really excited to see was Pac-Man Arrangement, specifically the arcade version. I played this tons on my Game Boy Advance back in the day, and kind of sad that we really haven't seen it in recent times. And now we can finally play it without being on that scrunched little display on the Game Boy there. But this video is not about Pac-Man Arrangement, which I strongly recommend you go out and check out yourself. Today is about what I want to see in the future. So what's kind of a shame about Pac-Man is that he's kind of left in this limbo of, hey, remember all these old games? Yeah, let's play them again, and again, and again. I love Pac-Man, but they release all these games on every single console. Yeah, they leave some in, they leave some out here and there for different generations, but we get the same games over and over again. I don't need to rebuy these every single time. And honestly, feel free to hate on me all you want, but games like Super Pac-Man, Pac and Pal, they're kind of lame. They're fun to play for a little bit, but who's really going back to play those games? So anyway, I digress. What I want to talk about today is what I want to see in the next Pac-Man Museum game. Pac-Man Museum Plus, or Museum Plus Plus, right? Or if they don't want to add these to a Pac-Man Museum game, I would just love to see ports of these games or brand new versions of them, just as single-owned titles. I would happily pay money for these. So what am I talking about? Well, the first of the two we're going to talk about is Pac-Man Adventures in Time. Pac-Man Adventures in Time was a game that came out on the PC and the PC only, and that's how I knew of it. And it's actually my favorite Pac-Man game of all time, believe it or not. It's a pretty standard Pac-Man game. You collect the dots, run from the ghosts, you eat the ghosts, you eat them all, you clear the stage, bada bing, bada boom, that kind of deal. But it's actually more fun, because all the other ones like Pac-Man, Pac-Mania, they're fun, but they're all very 2D and, kind of old feeling. Whereas Pac-Man Adventures in Time feels really modern, even in today's standards. You get these beautiful 3D worlds to explore in. The jump mechanic is fun, it doesn't feel broken, and my favorite part is the theme of the game. The whole story to the game, and yeah, there's a story to a Pac-Man game, is that these ghosts come up with this weird alien, gross, weird dude, I don't know what you want to call him, and he basically grabs his gold thing and he breaks it, and Pac-Man, Professor Pac-Man, gotta go back in time to collect the 4 pieces. Why? I don't know, but they gotta do it. So there's different themes to each world. You start out in the caveman days, you're in this jungle, and the ghosts dress up according to the theme. So you got the caveman ghosts, you got the cannibal ghosts for the first area, then you move on to time to medieval, ancient Egypt, cowboy times, little Red Dead Pac-Man action. It's just a really fun game. Yeah, it's a maze game, but you can tell they really put their heart and soul into the game to make it fun and feel really polished. Not to mention, there's these fun little cutscenes throughout the game that give a lot of charm to Pac-Man and the ghosts, and they lead you to fun little mini-games, and this is just the perfect game to just chill out and play and have a little gimmick here and there to it. So yeah, Namco, Bandai, why don't you port this game or throw it in the next Pac-Man Museum Plus Plus? Alright, next is more of a fan favorite. More people are familiar with this game. That's Pac-Man World 2. This game was a huge seller back in the day. Tons of people played this game as a kid. And it's really strange that they haven't tried to bring it back in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, I doubt a game this size and this detail would end up on a little compilation that Namco sells for $20. But hey, a man can dream. Honestly, just port this game over to the new gen. I would gladly pay $60 for this game to run a widescreen HD, maybe a little bit of better lighting effects. Ooh, getting excited. Alright, anyway, Pac-Man World 2 finds our classic ghost gang stealing these golden fruit from the Pac Village, and this spooky guy comes out named Spooky, and he's all like, hey, run away with these, keep these from Pac-Man, and we'll rule the world. Pac-Man wakes up. Professor Pac-Man, of course, tells him what he's got to do. Pac-Man's got to save Pac-Land. Very basic story, but again, I love how they add these stories and charms to the Pac-Man world, which I feel like we're missing a lot of lore to the Pac-Man universe. Like, every game kind of feels separated from each other, and Pac-Man's just stuck in this arcade limbo, but this game has it. And of course, this is a 3D platformer kind of collect-a-thon game, which is super fun. And yeah, I am just a little nostalgic over it, but I feel like with the new renaissance of 3D platforming, this game would fit in perfectly. I don't think the worlds and the themes of this game is as exciting as Pac-Man Adventures in Time. It's usually just, hey, go through the grasslands, go to the woods, go to the snow, the lava area, water area, etc. But it's still a fun time nevertheless. So, Namco Bandai, throw this in the next throw this in the next Pac-Man Museum plus, or you just sell it to us for $60. I would give you my money. Like the famous meme when the guy from The Simpsons, yeah. So that's my little talk about what I want to see in the next Pac-Man collection series. Or honestly, just port these so more people have access to these games. Or, better yet, make sequels. Make another Pac-Man Adventures in Time. Go through different, more time eras. Add some more fun gimmicks to it. Or the long-anticipated Pac-Man World 3. Wait, what? They already made a Pac-Man World 3? Oh, well. Pac-Man World 4, coming soon. Anyway, what do you guys want to see in the next Pac-Man collection? They've pretty much given us every Pac-Man game besides a few of these hidden gems here. But tell me what you want to see next time down below in the comments. And remember, kids, stay hydrated.